Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're all ready for our lesson today. We have done lots of projects in Scratch. Today's lesson, if you can check from the screen that I've shared you, is lesson number 14. We will be looking at introduction to mszora, logging in, first screen, and the first program. Remember, we have been talking about mszora several times, and I just want to give you a short experience of mszora there, so that as you go forward, you are able to explore, you are able to work with mszora. That does not mean that you throw away Scratch Junior. We're still working on Scratch Junior. We will always work in Scratch Junior, but if you want to explore more, make sure that you, I'm going to introduce you to mszora. Okay. Just a few important things that I need us to do. If you look at what I've put there, our videos are available on YouTube. If you go on to Africa Teen Geeks, you'll find all our videos. They are uploaded there, and make sure that you repeat, make sure that you look at them again. Remember, a skill you do not practice is as good as dead. So please go on and practice, try, give yourself a challenge, do some more, so that you become perfect in coding. I want to say I'm very much impressed about the way we have started, the way you guys have started. There is great potential that I see. You are headed for great things and great heights. Keep going and still do what you're supposed to do. Okay, a few admin issues that I need us to know or to take care of. Yesterday, the form was due yesterday. I hope that you filled in your details in full. I hope no one filled in abbreviations or initials. You fill in everything in full. But there will be certificates that will be given out on Friday, which is tomorrow. So please, for the meeting on Friday, it will be on Friday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon. Make sure that you are there. It is a must that all of us be there in that meeting. It is a very, very important meeting. We have important guests. I'm going to show you some of their faces just now, but make sure that you are there for that meeting. And as I said, it will be at 3 p.m. We'll still have our lesson as normal. Our lesson, remember, it's 10 to 11. So we'll still have our lesson as normal, 10 to 11, and then we'll have an afternoon meeting at 3 p.m. And I need all of us, I need us there. Please make sure that you are all there. Okay. And our parents also can attend. It would be a pleasure to have your parents also attend the meeting. So make sure that you are there. The link to the meeting is here. I'm going to copy it and put it on our chats so that you can copy it and put it somewhere else. But as I said, this is the link for tomorrow's meeting at 3 p.m. Make sure that you are connected by 3 p.m. Let our guests find us already there waiting instead of them waiting for us. Okay, I'm going to copy the link. This is for tomorrow's meeting with our parents. I'm going to put the meeting link right here, and then that is for tomorrow's meeting. Please take note, that's for tomorrow's meeting, tomorrow afternoon, not our lesson meeting. Our lessons meeting, we still connect the same way as we do. I see, Tsepo, you'd say you did not complete the form. Tsepo, I don't know whether you'll be able to get the certificate, but the deadline was yesterday, but just for progress sake, please just fill it in. You might be maybe able to get it, but I cannot actually tell whether that could be, but fill in the form, and I'm going to send the link again. But remember, guys, we had said the deadline was yesterday, and the people that are doing the admin also need time to create these certificates. I'm going to look for the link for you and add it before the end of the lesson. I'm going to add it before the end of the lesson. Okay. Another thing, please, as we go through our lesson today, remember you can add a message on the chat so that I attend to that message. But please, let's leave most of the questions to the end, and I'll be able to answer them face to face. And then my email address, as I gave you last time, is gyndlovu@africa10gigs.co.za. Please make sure that if you have any pressing issue, send messages through to that email. Okay. Our guests, I'm going to show you just our guests for you to see who will be with us tomorrow. Okay. The minister will be here. Stella and Ben Abrahams will be here. Please, you can't miss a meeting with our minister, please. And also, Marianne Krog will be there, and she's been working with both YouTube and is in charge of something called VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol. Please make sure that you join tomorrow. We have got very special guests that will be with us. So we join us by 3 o'clock and do not miss out. I'm going to quickly go through what we're going to do today so that everyone is on the same page. Okay, today we're going to look at registering in mszora. Make sure that everyone is registered, and then we're going to log in today. We're going to log in, and then I'm going to explain the first mszora screen, and then you still remember our Scratch Junior project that that was someone who was moving in the streets. We're going to create something like that in our mszora, which is almost similar. This is meant to give you sort of a brief background so that you will be able to see. You will be able to see what we are basically looking at. They are almost similar. There are slight differences with mszora and Scratch Junior, but they are almost similar. You're going to see when we do this. Scratch Junior, moving across the street. Remember this one we did, it was our first one, and by now this should be so easy for you. And I'm also going to do a similar program on Scratch, on mszora, so that you can see. Please remember that all these, the moving across the street is there as our lesson. I think it was our lesson 2. So you can visit that, but we're going to revise again today. I'm going to switch over to Scratch Junior so that you see how we did it, and we also do it on mszora. Okay, and then we are going to also do a brief revision on Scratch Junior, just to summarize everything that we have done. That's what we're going to do today in the drawer so that you don't lose it. Okay, I'm going to share the internet screen now. Okay, just a minute. I'll be with you. Okay. Okay, I'm sharing the screen now. Share. Right, if remember how you get to mszora, you type www.mszora.co.za, you come to this particular screen. You come to this particular screen. And on this particular screen, you are ready to sign up if you're doing it for the first time, and log in if you have already been signed up. Okay, I'm going to go on to sign up screen again, just to help those who had not yet signed in, and then immediately go on and log in. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go on to the mszora screen. When you are doing it for the first time, you click on sign up. When you click on sign up, this comes up, this screen comes up. Remember here, we said we're going to put in your username. Username is the name that you're going to use throughout the whole program. Whenever you use mszora, you'll be using that username. I've typed in the G Ndlovu. You can type in your initial and surname if you want to, but remember, this is what you should remember each and every time when you log in. When you log in, it will ask you for the username, and the username should be in small letters. It should be in small letters. You cannot put capital letters. Okay, after typing in that, you come on to your password. We have this on our first videos. Our password is meant to be 8 characters long, and it should have at least a number. It should have at least a small letter and at least a capital letter, at least a non-alphanumeric character such as a star, a hash, a minus sign. It should have all of those. Digit, lowercase letter and uppercase letter, other alphanumeric characters, and then you type in that password. It should be minimum length 8 characters. 8 characters. Okay, these two, make sure that you write them down somewhere. Write them down somewhere so that when we log in, the computer is going to ask for a username. It's also going to ask for your password. These are the things that I asked you to put in your drawer so that when we log in, you have them. Those who have done so, just hold on so that we help those that have not yet. Okay, email address, type in an email address over there. Type in an email address. I'll give you an example. My email address here is, okay. Okay, there, that's my email address. So put in an authentic email address. You type it in over there. Some of you might not have email addresses, some of you do. If you do not, you can use your parents' email address, talk to them so that you fill in this form. And then you repeat the email address over there. and then you come in and use your, type in your first name there, and your surname over there. These ones have got red exclamation marks showing us that you cannot leave the place blank. You cannot leave that place blank. Make sure that you fill in information here, there, and then you can type in the town. You can select the country. You know, our country is South Africa. You can scroll down until you get to South Africa. You pick South Africa. You skip, sorry. And then you go down, you go on and add your academic information, choose your grade. Here we are saying we're choosing grade 2 for our group because it's a grade 2 and 3. Okay, pick your grade over there. And then after you have picked up your grade, you click on create new account. This should actually create a new account and send details to this email address that you put here. So make sure that you have the email address handy so that you can go and verify the details in the what? In the email address provided. Okay, that is how you register. That is how you register for onto mszora. After registering, you are ready now to log in. You are ready now to log in. Remember, when you log in, it will need you to maybe use the link that has been sent to your email address just to verify. If you click there, it will be able to take you to your log on screen. It is just verifying that it's you and you have given the proper credentials, you have given the proper details. When you have done that, it will now take you to log in. If you go back to mszora, there is now sign up and log in. We have finished signing up. We have finished signing up. We are ready now to log in. We are ready now to log in. You then have to click log in. Whenever you click log in, because I've logged in before and it has kept my details, here they are. But for you who have not logged in yet, the username that I asked you to write down, type it in there where it says username, and make sure that you enter the password where it says password. Remember, you have to write down these ones and keep them in your cupboard or somewhere so that next time you need them, they are available to you. They are available to you. Okay. I see here the link to the certificate is not working. Remember, this was due yesterday. I'm going to quickly check with authorities if it's still open, but let's leave that for the end of the lesson. Okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on mszora. Okay, when you go on and click, type in your username, and after you have clicked on sign and on login, when you click on login, you type in your username and your password, then you should be able to actually log in, and then the computer will now take you to the mszora blocks. I'm going to see if it can take me. Yes. The moment you click log in, it takes you to a screen like this, and it will give you your details and your name here because you have logged in with your credentials. This is your first screen, and I'm going to take my time as the internet might be slow. It might be slow for other people, but after clicking on sign in and putting your username and password, you should be taken to this place if you entered the proper username and password. Okay, after you're taken to this screen, you now come onto mszora blocks. We need to go onto mszora blocks so that we are able to start working. Remember, this is an online platform. This is an online platform. Whatever we're working on, it is on an online platform. So I'm going to click on mszora blocks, and then it takes me straight to the mszora screen. It's loading. Remember, I said this is an online platform, so it might take time. It takes me to this screen. It takes me to this screen. This is our first screen on mszora. You find that the grade 4s, the grade 5s, and so on have been working on this platform. We started off under Scratch Junior, and we are moving on. We're giving you just a background information so that those who want to push up to mszora, they can actually get to this point and are able to use a more challenging program, which is called mszora blocks. And I'm going to explain it. I'm just going to explain it so that we are able to move on to mszora. It is just an introduction. It was just an introduction. You can start exploring this, and using even the videos from the next grade, you can get all the information that you want. But it's no harm for us to actually look at the screen, because the screen is also similar to the one that we've been using on Scratch Junior. I'm just going to explain it just now. I'm waiting for people to log in and make sure that they've logged in and are there. Okay. I'm going to give you time because I know the internet connections might be different. Again, how did we get to this point? Remember, you go on to mszora.co.za, and then if you have already signed in, go on to log in. You go on to log in with your username and your password. And then if you are doing this for the first time, you have to sign in first. Signing in is where the program is going to ask you for your username, ask you for your password, ask you for your email address, ask you for your other details, first name, surname, and so on. And then it will send a link to your email. It will send a link to your email so that you're able to verify through the link in the email. And then if you go on to mszora next time, you'll be able to click on log in instead of sign in, because you have already done so. You have already done signing in. Keep your username and password handy. Every time you want to use mszora, you have to sign in with your username and password. Okay, just one more minute before I get to the explanation of the screen, giving people time to get to the screen that I have in front of you, so that I explain that screen. And then after explaining that screen, you will see that it is similar to the one that we've been using on Scratch Junior. And then just do a simple program like moving across a street, the one that we did in Scratch Junior. Just putting up a character and then ask it to move how many steps across. That's what we're going to do. We're also going to do the same here, and then just explain the different sections of the screen. Okay, I hope people are getting there. I hope people are getting there. We're ready to move on. I'm ready to move on to explaining the screen. Okay. If you look at the screen that we have here, it is similar to the one that we've been using on Scratch Junior. Here is the character that we normally work with. Here is the character that we normally work with. And here it is the coding section. This is where we put up our code. And at the bottom here, we have got sections that deal with the layout of this character. If you check here, it will talk of sprite 1. This is called a sprite, and then its position, don't worry about that. For now, X and Y exists. Don't worry about that. The size, this is the size of our character, and the direction, 90 degrees. It's moving in the 90-degree direction. Okay, and then the stage, there is no stage currently. You can add a stage over here. Okay, so this is where you have your character. This is where you do your coding. If you still remember our green flag, which was standing for run, if you still remember this other one for stop, and then this is the layout of our screen. You want a small section on this side and a bigger section on coding, you choose this one. Currently, I'm using this particular setup. And if you choose this one, you're talking of full screen. Remember, whenever we're running our project, sometimes we always prefer to put it on full screen so that people can easily see. So that's what we have over here. This is our character. Will do things like the stage on the other side. And then if you come onto this side, we have groups now. They are those that are found under motion group. You find under motion things like move 10 steps, 10, 15 degrees, 10, 15 degrees on the other side, go to which position. All these are found under what? Motion. If I want to go on to, you still remember we also had that, we had block under looks, we had block under different things. I can go on to looks. If you go on to looks, you see there it says hello for 2 seconds. Which is similar to what we're doing on the other side, but ours on Scratch Junior was at the bottom here. It was at the bottom here, but here it is actually on our left-hand side. And then sounds, we also have things, building blocks for sounds here. Here are our different sounds. You can go on to events, like on click, on bump. You still remember all these ones? When clicked, when spacebar is pressed, when a sprite is clicked, those are all events. You still remember this one? When we're working on, when it sends a message, when you click, when you run, things like that. Okay, we also have things like under control. That's where we have repeat 10 times, repeat forever. We also had this in Scratch Junior. Okay. Then there is sensing. Sensing, like if it touches the mouse pointer, if it touches a certain color. And then we also have a little bit of maths, where we have operators, where we are dealing with addition, subtraction, multiplication, which is a star. Multiplication is a star. And then division, and then pick random. All those are found under operators. And then we have something that is called variables, and not for you to worry about variables now, but you find that on the grade 4 video, you find that there is something that talks of variables. and then also my blocks. You haven't made any blocks. So these are your building blocks, the ones that were at the bottom of our Scratch Junior screen. Okay, and then we also have what are called costumes on this side, where you can design your own costume. You can design your own costume. As you can see, there is our character there, and the costume is a plain costume that we have. And then there is costume 2 right there, and also we also have a group under sound. These are the sound. This is sound. It can play faster, it can play slowly, louder, softer. It can actually mute, it can fade in, and all the different things. Okay, so those are our building blocks. These are our building blocks. And as you can see, there are many compared to those of our Scratch Junior. But I'm just explaining everything. I'm just explaining everything. I don't expect you to push that much here, but with the steps, taking it step by step, you might be able to work on this. You might be able to work through this because it's not complicated at all. I'm going to quickly, you can even go on to file here, and if you want to load a project from your computer, if you want to save the project onto your computer, you can save that way. That's under file. You also have things under edit. You can turn on table mode. Remember, all this is found under mszora. Okay. We are just explaining mszora. We're just explaining mszora, and we're going to just do a simple move across the street program, and then leave it. Those who want to try it, feel free to try it. There are videos, as I said, on our YouTube channel that can help you, but it actually gives a more challenging scenario. So try and do it and make more or interesting programs here on mszora. Okay, this is the screen design for mszora. Those who just came in late, please remember you go on and log on to mszora. How do you do that? You go on, type on your search bar, you type mszora.co.za, then you go on and log in if you already have your username and password. If you don't have your username and password, make sure that you sign in. Remember, we've been talking about signing in mszora. Why did we want you to sign in? So that you can get access to this. Okay, we're not going to do much here. I'm going to quickly share the Scratch Junior screen and share the project that we did on moving across the street. And then after doing it and explaining it on Scratch Junior, I'm going to come and also explain it on this other side on mszora. And I think we'll be done for the day after doing that. So I'm going to stop the share here quickly, stop share, and then I'm going to share my Scratch Junior screen so that you see how we move from Scratch Junior to mszora. Remember, this was our first program. Under Scratch Junior. Here we go. Still remember this one? What did we do here? We first of all changed the background and added this street. It was actually called suburbs, if you still remember. It was called suburbs. And then we kept our character there, which is tick. And then we coded just a few things on tick. What was the code? When we run, it should move 15 steps and stop. That's what we did. That's how we did it on Scratch Junior. From the original program, we changed the background. After changing the background, we moved our character to the beginning and then coded on it when it runs, move 15 steps and then stop. We're going to do a similar thing on the other side. I'm going to do a similar thing, simple, just change the background. We still use that character that we have on the other side and then make it move across. That will be all that we're going to do. We're not going to push it further than that. I said it is for you guys to explore. Please remember to type in any queries that you might have on our chats. I'm always checking the chats as we go. I'm going to do this one on mszora. Then that will allow you to explore and try and do other programs that we have done and Scratch Junior and try and do them under what? mszora. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing this one. I'm going to stop sharing this one and then get back to, I'm going to get back to mszora so that I do this particular program in mszora. Okay, I'm going to share my mszora screen again. Okay. Here is my mszora screen, and I'm ready now to do the same program, the same thing that we have on the other side, and I'm going to do it here. Simple that, and I'm not going to go further than that. Okay, our character is already here. Here is our character. I can move my character. You can drag it the same way as we're dragging the other character. Just click and drag it. There we go. Look at that. Click on the character and drag your character to a place where you can see it. Okay, I've dragged my character there. And the same way now, I need to reduce this character and make it slightly smaller. I want to make it slightly smaller. And right at the bottom there, you see something that talks of size. The size is 100 currently. I need to make it slightly smaller. I'm going to make it slightly smaller. So I'm going to change it from 100 and probably take it to 50. I'm only going to take it to 50. See, there is my character. It has been resized by half. It has been resized by half. Okay. Now, after resizing this character, I need to change. I need to change the background. I need to change its background so that I'm able to put that background of a street. I want to add the background of a street, and then thereafter I do the coding here. I would do the coding over here. Okay, so the background here, you can see it says stage backdrop 1, and then this one is change the backdrop. That's what I want to do. I want to change the backdrop. So I'm going to choose a backdrop. So I'm going to click over there, check again. Here is my character, come down here, it says stage backdrops, and then I want to search for a backdrop. Please remember this is online, it's going to search for this background online. So I'm going to click over there and then it starts looking for the backdrop. It might take time to actually load all this depending on your internet connection, depending on your connection. I'm trying to get a backdrop that is also similar to the one that we had, which is sort of suburbs, so that most of us are not confused. See, they are grouped also here. This is all, then there's fantasy, music, sport, outdoor, indoor, space, underwater, and pattern. Okay, obviously that one that I have is actually under outdoor. Or if you want to search through all, you can actually search through all here and you scroll down until you get to the one that you want. I can I picked the wrong one. I'll go back again. I picked the wrong one. I want to pick the proper one. I go back to search, and then I'm looking for a background that looks like a street. I think I saw it from somewhere, but you can pick any background if you want. So that you don't delay, you can pick any background. But I'm trying to get, I think I saw a background that looks like a street. And that's the one that I'm trying to get to. I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling. Okay, I don't find anything that looks almost like that one. I see one that looks like the library. Oh, okay. There is Night City. I will pick Night City. But please don't hesitate to pick any backdrop that you get from your computer so that you avoid searching through everything. You can pick any backdrop that you have, and then we'll just make this character move. There it has changed my backdrop and it's saying Night City. There is my character and there is the road, and I want it to just move. I want it to just move. This was all about background on the other side, and I'm ready to do the movement. When I click, when I run, it should actually move. So I'm going to go on to the operators. So I'm going to go on to operator. Sorry, on events, not on operator. I'm going to go on to events and then pick when clicked. See, remember I said this is the coding area. Just put it there. When clicked, what should happen? It should move a certain number of steps. So that's what we are doing. Remember motion, that's where we find the number of steps. So I'm going to go back to what? Motion. I found when click under events. So I'm going to go back to motion and then pick this one that says move 10 steps. I'm going to drag it also and join it with that one. And then that program now is similar to what we have done on the other side on Scratch Junior, and is doing exactly the same. When we click, it should move 10 steps. Please allow me to change this number from a 10 to probably 100. I'm going to change this number from a 10. You click inside and type the number that you want. I want it to move 100 steps. And that's all that we have done. Remember, our character, it was sort of bigger. We changed it to a size 50. And then we came to a backdrop here. We searched for a backdrop. We picked the backdrop that we wanted. We put it there. And then we came this side and came to events. Under events, we picked when clicked and we drag it to the coding area. The coding area is this one. And then thereafter, we went back to motion. And then we picked move 10 steps. We put it there, which changed our 10 to 100. You can change it to any number that you want. And that is done. Our program should be able to do what the other one was doing on the other side. So you can see here that there is actually a similarity, but this one, as I said, it is more advanced and it is more challenging. And we should love challenging things because we want to explore and solve problems. Remember, this is all about problem solving. Okay, I'm ready now to run this program. I'm ready to run this program. The background, the character, under events when clicked, and then the motion, move 10, change that to 100. And I'm ready now to run it. I'm going to put it on full screen before I run it. I'm going to put it on full screen, and then I'm going to run it from there. Okay. So I'm going to click on full screen. Look at where full screen is. I'm going to click on full screen over there, and then I'm ready to run it. When I click here, it should actually move. When I run it, it should move 100 steps. Okay, demonstrate that. Click. There, it has moved 100 steps. Do you see that? That's what we have coded so far. That's what we have coded. It has moved 100 steps. Our character is moved 100 steps. If we had left it on 10, it was only going to move a shorter distance. But now we said 100 steps. Those are the 100 steps that it has done. And I'm going to leave a full screen, take it back to normal screen, and there we go. That's what we have done. That's what I wanted us to be able to do on mszora. It's similar to our Scratch Junior, a little bit more challenging, but everything else is just the same. We are coding on the character. When you click on the character, it moves 100 steps. That's what we have done, and it's working. So take all those programs on the other side at your own spare time. Come with them onto mszora here. Try and do them from the easier one up to the more complex one. And as I said, there are videos that are available to assist you, especially when you look at the videos that were done for the next grade. Okay, so that is what I wanted us to know. That is what I wanted us to explore. And you can go on and go to file and say save on your computer. You can save this project now on your computer so that you can open it up again next time you're doing what? Next time you want to open it. So you can actually save it on a computer, and you are able to even share it. When you're sharing it, you're sharing it with others online. Other people on mszora can be able to see your programs. That's how exciting mszora is. Okay, I think that should be about everything. I'm going to check my charts quickly. Okay, I'm going to quickly open it up just a little bit for a few questions on mszora and also from the platform for Junior Scratch. Okay, I'm going to stop the share, and then I'm going to open up to questions, starting with Robert. Robert, do you have a question? Do you want to ask something? Okay.
No, teacher.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. And then go on to Nakisha.
Hello, sir. I just want
Yes.
to know, how do you get when your character goes to the very end and you can just see a hand? How do you get it back to the start?
You can click on it. Just click on that hand and drag it across. Remember how I dragged the character in mszora? Yes, even on Scratch, it's the same way. You drag them the same way. Click on it and then drag it to where you want it positioned. It will go there.
Thank you, sir.
Orabile?
Teacher,
Yes.
how do you go to mszora where you code?
Come again?
How do you go to mszora where you code?
How do you go to mszora when you code? Remember mszora, you log in. Remember how we log in? You type in www.mszora.co.za. Have you already registered with mszora?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so when you type in www.mszora.co.za, go on to log in. Don't go on to sign in. go on to log in. And when you go on to log in, make sure that you add your username and password. After adding that, you then have to, it will now take you to the screen that is mszora blocks. When you click on mszora blocks, it takes you to this point.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's all. Robert, do you have anything to say?